This leads. South Africa remains a very violent country. That's the message contained in the latest crime stats released by Police Minister Bheki Cele today. They reveal there's been a 20.7% increase in murder cases in the country and a 31.7% increase in child murders. Govan Whittles is covering the story for us. He joins us now live. So Govan, let's talk about the main takeaways from the crime stats.
Yeah, it's all about the reported increase in the number of murder cases by the police. 20% nationally, but it's really to do with the unrest, particularly in Gauteng and in KZN. Over 300 people losing their lives during the looting, protests and riots in 8 days in July. In KZN, Shahan, the police minister saying the murder rate increased by 40%. And even though it seems like the police are blaming the unrest for the increase in the murder rate, they've acknowledged that in provinces where there weren't any protests or riots or looting, there still was an increase in the murder rate of above 10% or at least 10%. This is of huge concern to them, and let's have a look at what the police minister had to say about it.
In the 3 months of reporting, a 20.7% increase in murder was recorded. However, when compared with the previous normal period of 2019-2020 financial year, a period with no lockdown, the murder percentage change would have been a 13.2% increase. Between July 2021 to end of September 2021, 6,163 people were killed in South Africa. That's a really bad number. This is 1,056 more people killed compared to the corresponding period in the previous financial year.
Govan, what about gender-based violence? What's happening there?
Big problem for the police as well. They've seen an increase of above 7% of the number of rape cases that would have been reported to the police. There's been an increase. It's just over 9,500 rape cases that have been reported. That's an increase of about 600 cases, but should be viewed in context, Shahan. Rape is massively underreported in South Africa, so the real number of rape cases is extraordinarily higher than what is has been reported by the police. That's at least according to the study of how the statistics come in. And what's interesting here from the police minister is also where the rapes that were reported actually happened. Let's have a look at what he had to say.
Rape, again, bad news and bad figure. 9,556 people were raped between July and September 2021. This figure of almost 10,000 people are raped only in 3 months. This is an increase of 634 cases, amounting to 7.1 increase compared to the previous reporting period. A sample of 6,144 rape cases revealed that 3,951 of the rape incidents took place at the home of the victim or the home of the rapist. Liquor and drugs were involved in 1,383 of the rape cases. 400 rape cases were domestic violence related.
I know you mentioned this briefly earlier, but give us more info on what the minister is saying about the July unrest and the impact it had on the numbers.
So essentially he says that the increased reporting on murder cases is due to the unrest, but what they're also noticing is that since the unrest there's been a steady increase in the number of crime that's reported. In fact, as the lockdown levels restrictions get lower, we seem to see an increase in the number of reported cases, particularly of serious and violent crimes. And the police minister saying that the unrest undoubtedly affected the reporting and the crime stats, but he says that he's also responded to criticism that the police weren't on the ground while the unrest was happening. Specific commentary from the Human Rights Commission that's currently looking into the unrest, and the Chamber of Commerce saying that the senior police generals as well as the KwaZulu-Natal Commissioner wasn't available. The minister saying that's simply not the case. He's ready to appear at that commission to state what the police were doing while the looting was happening, and he says he has his own version of events. Let's have a look.
One is invited by the commissioner, by the way. It's unfortunate that the the day they pointed, it looks like is not a day that one will be available, but we are working on the day. With a full cooperation, we have made the statement, one has made the affidavit and all that. So my talk will be there rather than reporting to you now. I will report to the Commission.
Kidnappings, of course, high on the minds of South Africans. We just heard of an attempted kidnapping today. What's the minister saying?
He's saying there were 2,000 cases of kidnapping reported to the police between July and September. It's really high, but within context, just over 50 of them were kidnappings where a ransom was demanded. And the bulk is hijackings, where people hijack you, they get into your car, tell you to drive somewhere, usually to withdraw money. Police saying that does count as a kidnapping, and that's the reason the stats are so high. Let's have a look.
Kidnappings. There have been 2,000 kidnappings cases reported to the police between July to September 2021. Majority of the kidnapping reported were hijacking related, followed by kidnappings which were robbery and rape related. Out of sample of 620 cases, 52 kidnapping cases were ransom related, and most occurred in Gauteng province. 7 kidnappings were as a result of human trafficking also.
All right, Govan Whittles, thanks for the update. We'll leave it right there.